Inflation is something that affects everyone, no matter where they are or what they do. It's the reason why we see prices for everyday things like food, rent, and fuel getting higher. But what's causing inflation on a global level? In today's video, we will dive deep into how global inflation is impacting different aspects of everyday life, from the groceries we buy to the rising costs of healthcare and education. Inflation affects everyone, making everyday items more expensive. Families feel the pressure when groceries cost more, and they can't buy as much as before. It can be frustrating to watch savings shrink and worry about how to pay for important things like healthcare and education. By understanding inflation, people can make smarter choices and find ways to cope with rising prices. Staying informed helps us face these challenges with confidence and hope. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more educational and insightful content like this. Visit our website regularly at cryptogalorenews.live for more updates on important financial topics. And for those looking to secure their financial future, check out https://7metals.com/employed, a great affiliate product designed to help with long-term wealth management. Stay informed and take control of your financial well-being. Rising costs of everyday goods. Global inflation means prices are going up for everyday things like food, gas, and household items. This makes it harder for people to afford what they need because their money doesn't go as far as before. For example, food costs more because it's harder to get it to stores and more expensive to produce. Gas prices are higher too, and since everything needs to be transported, this raises the price of other goods. As a result, people are spending more on essentials and have less money for fun activities or saving. To manage, some families are looking for cheaper options, like shopping at discount stores, buying in bulk, or choosing cheaper brands. Unfortunately, these rising prices are making it hard for many families to live the way they used to, so they have to change how they spend their money. Housing and rent prices soaring. Inflation is also affecting housing in a big way. Rent prices are going up faster than people's pay, which is a big problem for many. It's not just renters who are struggling. People who want to buy a home are having trouble too. House prices have gone up a lot, making it hard for first-time buyers to save enough for a down payment. On top of that, higher interest rates make monthly mortgage payments more expensive than ever. As more people choose to rent because they can't afford to buy, the demand for rentals goes up, pushing rent prices even higher. Because of this, many people can't afford to buy or rent easily, forcing them to make hard choices about where they live and how they handle their money. Higher healthcare costs. Healthcare is also getting more expensive because of inflation. All around the world, the cost of medical care is going up, making it harder for people to pay for treatments, medicines, and even regular doctor visits. This is especially tough for those without good health insurance or who depend on public healthcare systems that are already struggling. Even people with insurance are paying more, with higher premiums and out-of-pocket costs for the same care they used to get. People who need regular medical care or have long-term health problems are having a hard time as their healthcare costs keep rising. Some are even delaying important treatments because they can't afford them, which can lead to bigger health problems later on. Education and student loan challenges. Inflation has also affected education costs, with tuition fees and other educational expenses rising steadily. For students, this means taking on more student loans just to complete their studies. Unfortunately, with inflation pushing up interest rates, the cost of repaying those loans becomes an even greater burden after graduation. This is especially hard for young people just starting out in their careers, as they are faced with paying off significant debt while also dealing with rising living expenses. Many graduates are delaying major life decisions, such as buying a home or starting a family, because their student loans are eating into their disposable income. The rising costs of education make it difficult for students and their families to achieve financial stability in the long run. Food security issues. The rising cost of food due to inflation is having a serious impact on food security, particularly in lower-income communities. As prices go up, people are struggling to afford nutritious meals, often turning to cheaper, less healthy options to feed their families. This leads to poor health outcomes and increases the risk of diseases related to poor diet, such as obesity and diabetes. In many developing countries, inflation makes it difficult to import food or support local farming, leading to shortages and higher food prices. Farmers face rising costs for seeds, fertilizers, and equipment, which they pass on to consumers. This situation worsens food insecurity, especially in regions where access to affordable, healthy food is already a challenge. Retirement and pension concerns. Inflation is particularly tough on retirees who live on fixed incomes from pensions or retirement savings. As prices for everyday necessities like food, housing, and healthcare rise, the value of their savings decreases. Even if their pension adjusts for inflation, these increases often don't keep pace with the actual cost of living. Retirees are finding that their money doesn't go as far as it used to, forcing some to either return to work or cut back on their spending. This can lead to financial stress and difficult decisions about which expenses are most important. Inflation is threatening the financial security of many older adults, making it harder for them to enjoy their retirement years as planned. Mental health struggles from inflation. Inflation isn't just affecting people's wallets, it's also taking a toll on their mental health. Financial stress from rising costs can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. As people struggle to make ends meet, they often experience uncertainty about their future, which can harm their mental well-being. On top of that, the cost of mental health care has also risen, making it harder for people to access the support they need. For those already dealing with stress or mental health conditions, inflation is worsening their situation. This creates a cycle where financial difficulties lead to poor mental health, which in turn makes it even harder to manage money effectively. Future holds for inflation. The future of inflation remains uncertain, but experts predict that it will continue to impact our lives for the foreseeable future. Governments and central banks are working to control inflation through measures like raising interest rates and reducing public spending. But these strategies often come with their own set of challenges. For instance, higher interest rates can slow economic growth and increase unemployment, which further complicates the situation. Additionally, global issues such as political conflicts, natural disasters, and climate change can keep inflation high for years to come. While there is hope that inflation will eventually stabilize, it's clear that people around the world will continue to feel its effects in their everyday lives for some time. Conclusion. It's important to understand how prices are going up around the world because it affects our daily lives. When things like food or services cost more, it impacts how we spend money. Knowing about these changes helps us make better choices. By planning a budget and learning what's happening with money, it gets easier to handle things even when prices rise. Being careful with money now can help us do better in the future. Outro. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Make sure to visit our website at cryptogalorenews.live for more in-depth analysis and discussions on financial matters. Follow us on Instagram at cryptonewsgalore for the latest updates and insights. Remember, staying informed is the first step in securing your financial future. Happy investing! And don't forget to check out https://savingmetals.com/employed for smart investment opportunities.